Let's dive into a really famous poem by Wole Soyinka called Telephone Conversation. Now, on the surface, it's about something super mundane, something we've all probably done, calling about an apartment for rent. But trust me, this is no ordinary phone call. It quickly spirals into this incredibly sharp, witty, and powerful confrontation with racism.
So the poem kicks off on a really practical, kind of calm note. The speaker's just going through the checklist, you know? The price is right, the location is fine. It's all very normal. He's just a guy looking for a place to live, which is what makes the turn this conversation is about to take so jarring.
And yeah, everything's going great. The rent's good, the location works, and hey, bonus, the landlady doesn't even live there, so he'll have his privacy. He's ticking all the boxes. It feels like a done deal, right? A totally standard, successful phone call.
But then, we hit the turning point. After all the normal stuff is out of the way, the speaker says there was nothing left but self-confession. Now, think about that word for a second. Confession. You confess a crime, a sin. It implies you've done something wrong. It's such a heavy word, and it shows that he's been conditioned by society to see his own identity as the shameful secret that he has to reveal.
So he addresses her politely, "Madam," but then he uses this incredibly strong verb, "he warned her." He doesn't just say it, he warns her. Why? Because he's been through this before. He knows his race can be a deal breaker. So this isn't some proud declaration. It's a defense mechanism. It's a way to avoid the humiliation of showing up just to be turned away at the door. He's trying to protect himself.
And after he says it, nothing. Just silence. And this isn't just any silence. It's a heavy, dramatic pause that's just packed with meaning. You can almost feel the landlady's shock and prejudice crackling down the phone line. That silence, honestly, it says way more than words ever could.
Soyinka just nails her reaction with this amazing phrase, pressurized good breeding. Good breeding is all about her posh, polite manners. But that word pressurized, that tells you everything. It's completely forced. It's like she's struggling to keep this polite mask on while all her ugly racist thoughts are about to boil over. It's politeness as a weapon, or at least a very flimsy shield. And then the mask doesn't just slip, it shatters. All that fake politeness disappears with this one brutal question. The fact that it's in all caps just screams at you. It's so blunt, so offensive. And in that one moment, this man's entire being, his culture, his personality, his humanity, it's all just squashed down into a single, crude question about color.
So you can imagine, he's just reeling from this. His world flashes red. The red of the phone booth, the red of a mailbox. It's the color of pure anger. He feels like he's not even a person anymore, just an option on a machine. Press button A for light, button B for dark. The air suddenly stinks of prejudice. He's physically trapped in this little booth, being judged and categorized like an object.
So here's the pivotal moment. What does he do? He's been insulted, totally dehumanized. Does he yell at her? Does he just slam the phone down? The landlady is expecting a simple, maybe even a submissive answer. But what he does next? Well, he completely flips the entire script on her.
Instead of rage, he comes back with pure genius. This question is his satirical counterattack. He takes her ridiculous, ugly question and throws its absurdity right back in her face. But he does it with the simple, everyday language of chocolate. And with that one line, boom. He's not the victim anymore. He is 100% in control, and his intellect is his weapon.
I mean, just look at the difference here. Her question is so crude, so simplistic, it's designed to shove him into a neat little box. But his answer? It's witty, it's clever, it's complex, and it exposes just how foolish her whole worldview is. He's refusing to be put in a box. He's asserting his humanity.
And that's the key to his whole strategy here. He's using satire. He adopts this playful, almost mock-helpful tone, and by doing that, he masterfully highlights just how ugly and stupid her prejudice is, all without raising his voice. He's fighting ignorance with pure intelligence. It's brilliant.
And he doesn't stop there. Oh no, he doubles down. He starts describing his skin tone for her. He calls it West African sepia. Now, sepia isn't just a color. It's a term from art, from photography. It suggests depth and history and nuance. He's taking back control of his own identity, using beautiful, sophisticated language that just flies right over her simplistic, ugly categories.
And then he just takes it to this whole other level. He launches into a full-on poetic anatomy lesson, completely mocking her obsession with his skin color. He says his face is brunette, The palms of his hands are peroxide blonde, and then, and this is my favorite part, he cheekily adds that because he's been sitting down, his bottom is raven black. It is just an absurdly beautiful and detailed answer to a profoundly ignorant question.
At this point, the speaker knows the conversation is about to end. He can almost hear her hand getting ready to slam the phone down in what he calls a thunderclap. He knows he's not getting the apartment, but he's not quite done. He has one last devastating move to make.
And there it is, the checkmate, the mic drop. He invites her to meet him in person. This is the ultimate challenge to her prejudice. He's basically asking her, are you just going to hide behind your phone and your stereotypes? Or do you have the courage to actually see me, a real, complex human being standing right in front of you?
And to really get the full power of this poem, you have to remember the man who wrote it. This wasn't just an exercise for Wole Soyinka. This was based on his own real-life experiences with racism when he was a young man in England. This is a man who would go on to win the Nobel Prize for Literature, the first African to do so, and who spent his entire life using his powerful voice to fight against exactly this kind of injustice.
And so that's what the poem leaves us with, that final echoing question. His last line isn't just a clever comeback. It's a deep, profound challenge to every single one of us. It asks us to stop and think, are we really seeing the people around us? Or are we just seeing the labels and the prejudices that we've stuck on them?